Damn. When are the 80-degree days coming back? That was nice.
We're just beginning May gray, June gloom.
Should have taken
Boo,
advantage
tomatoes.
of the beach more. At all. I didn't go at all. So should have taken advantage of the beach.
And then we're going to get sundown scaries.
I'm already getting those in there. Fuck.
What do you mean?
Scary.
So it's this thing in pregnancy that you get. It's called sundown.
You look so comfortable.
I am
I
very
know, you look
comfortable,
so
actually. Sundown scaries. And basically, it's like when in the afternoons, you start to get like a lot of anxiety. But most of the time, it's hormonal, but it's because like you don't know how the night is going to go. And
What the fuck, bitch? Did you plan that or something? Like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
I started getting
God
it.
Damn it.
I started getting it.
Sorry to the
like
listeners.
That made my head
recently. I know that was really loud.
No, why did you do that to us?
I saw it coming because I saw him like with the intense.
The way.
But yeah, I started getting it before. So I've just been like, kind of struggling with a lot of anxiety in the afternoons. I get this like, it's weird because it like goes as fast as it comes. Like it's just like super like
Fleeting.
just a few minutes. But like I'll be sitting there and I just get this like crazy heaviness in my chest. And I just like, it's like filled, like, almost like when you want to cry and you can't.
Oh,
like
shit.
that kind of feeling. Yeah. And I'm just kind of sitting there. And it doesn't matter. It hasn't happened to me as consistent the last couple of weeks. But there was a time where it was like every single day. But it didn't matter what I was doing. Like I could be at the SDFC game having the time of my life and like I would just get that like feeling. Yeah. And it's hormonal. So I'm assuming that was just like the time that my body was just like pumping
yeah.
hormones, like extra hormones.
Shit.
Because it's gone down a little bit. But yeah, but the weather, I mean, I get like
for sure.
depressed from the weather. So
Jeez.
I know it's crazy. Like, I'm glad I'm giving birth in
this-
in the summer. I'll have a lot of sun.
Yeah.
And time to
You're
go
not
outside.
making this any easier for me.
Yeah.
Every time we talk.
Oh yeah.
Every time.
Oh, I know. Trust me.
Every time you open your mouth to tell me something new about pregnancy, I'm like,
I don't blame you.
okay, sick.
I don't blame you.
I think we romanticize pregnancy.
Yeah,
a
I
lot.
know we romanticize pregnancy a lot.
Like, yo,
It's like we romanticize running in the runner's high. Fuck out of my face.
ready?
Con huevos. Vive 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 con huevos. No sé si lo saben.
I gotta stop doing that. We're gonna get fucking. Oh, hello.
He's doing this because we're gonna eat Chinese food after this.
Didn't make it any better.
Not make it better this time.
Kung Pao chicken teriyaki
Okay. Let's just cut
Pregnancy
this
brain
part
is
out.
really getting this one.
And then first
I'm
of all, I'm
actually really
quoting.
hungry now.
I'm quoting a movie.
Hello? Haro? Hibachi Benihana Teriyaki.
Nagasaki, Okinawa, Hokkaido, Yokohama.
What's up, guys? My name is Mario.
My name is Sylvia.
My name's Pao.
Welcome back to another Vive con Huevos podcast. Woo! We hope you're enjoying.
Sound.
I've been making weird sounds. The other day I was
Your
breathing.
vocal stems have been crazy.
I've been breathing heavy. That's
You
another.
have been really,
That's another.
really heavy.
That's another of my sympathy.
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 Sympathy symptoms.
That's another of my. That's another of my symptoms. Is
Aw,
is-
symptoms.
is breathing heavy because Power right now is having trouble breathing correctly because there's two girls
Well, yeah,
pressing
there's a
on her.
lot.
Yeah,
just
there's a lot
happening
going on in
there.
that region. But I'm fat. Yeah, before you come at me, I'm fat and I have trouble breathing. But this is more than
than
usual. I'm just like huffing and puffing.
He's been fatter.
I've been trying to finish a sentence and I'm just like, it's hard. You know when you're trying to breathe really hard, but it's just like your chest feels cold.
The other day, he was like helping me put on the heatless crow rods, and he was standing behind me, and all I hear is, I was like, why are you breathing like
And I couldn't understand why. Like I wasn't doing any physical activity. I was just breathing
rolling
really
the
heavy.
rollers.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, everything okay?
Todo bien back there.
It wasn't. But you know what? That taught me that dads really need to learn how to do hair.
Mm-hmm.
And
Have you seen those videos of the
Yes.
pints and ponytails?
Yes. Yeah.
So we're gonna start
it.
doing that. Obviously, I mean, I just feel so weird because we haven't talked about the pregnancy and the plans for so long
I
that
know.
Yeah.
it feels weird, like talking
Actually
about
talking
like
about
about
it.
the plans. So I do want to start the walking club. I saw this really.
I still want to come.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all
We'll
inclusive,
make it.
right?
We'll make it work. Yeah. I guess.
Well, because you said it was a dad walking club
Yeah, he did
originally.
say that.
And then I invited myself then, and I'm doing it again now.
Maybe. Maybe I would invite more dads to come. I don't know.
I mean, you are gonna have two babies,
like,
so you
dads
do need
and-
like someone else to help.
I got you.
Dads and tias. I don't know. Bonding time with your
Dads
family.
and their supporters and affiliates.
Yeah. Well, anyways,
Maybe you can have days like, like this time you can bring your
like
wife
a companion.
or bring a companion.
Bring
Yeah.
bring a buddy to
friend.
Dad Walk Club.
Mm-hmm.
to
I'm
show
coming.
them about non-parental things. Yeah, we'll
That's
figure it out. We'll
weird.
figure out the kinks later.
That's
yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
Suddenly, one of the friends brings the nanny, the hot nanny, and you're just like,
Makes sense.
see. Mm-mm.
Anyway,
And then Strawberry Alina comes around.
Okay, no, I hate that. I hate it.
what we're not doing is talking about AI fruit on this podcast, okay?
Anyways, so yeah, I want to.
Says the glass cutter.
I know. Oh, I forgot
yeah.
about that.
Okay, but it's not well, that was AI, but it's not talking fruits
No,
with their
it's just-
drama. That was great. It was
No, I
very
hated
that too.
satisfying.
The fruit drama is A1. But anyway,
Okay,
I
anyway.
I saw this really cool thing. This guy does it in Chicago. He does this run club thing. Oh, I mean a dad walk thing. And they walk to like different like bars, which I don't know how I feel about that just yet. Because like then what if you get that one dad that can't control
Can't
himself or can't hang? So I really got to work out the kinks to this. Or like
You
know,
got to do like a Sunday session, but for Dad Walk Club.
Yeah,
where you,
or
like,
maybe
have
it's just-
different stops.
Yeah, or it's maybe like something a little bit more like, oh, we're going to this playground. I don't know. I just feel like a lot could go wrong, but also there's a lot of good that can come from this.
Meet at the coffee shop, walk to the park with the coffee.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds a lot better.
He's like, beer.
Don't infiltrate our coffee shops. That's what
if
I'm
this,
doing.
if
Motorcycle
this
club now
motorcycle
turned into the
gang can
dads with the
infiltrate, then
strollers.
I will, okay?
Yeah.
And I saw this
If
really
there's
cool.
anyone that's going to conquer a land, it's Mario with his stroller.
You don't even know I'm here to conquer everything. But anyway, I saw this ponytails and pints thing, which I thought was really cool
It's
because
really cute.
yo voy a valer madre en peinar a estas niñas. Like,
No.
I'm just gonna. Well, I
We're
mean,
not
right
gonna
now
have that
without
attitude.
without these classes,
Yes.
you know.
No. You're already rolling her stuff in heatless.
I know.
rollers.
I'm
You're halfway there.
I'm starting to learn like a little bit, but it's just I don't know. Like me da cosita like their little heads. They're just so fragile, and you're just like ponytails, and I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyways, so I saw this cool
Llorar.
thing. We need more ideas for those dads out there. Like, let me know what you guys want to do. We're here to support each other. It's gonna be more of a support group. Like we're here for each other. We're all going through some shit. We all just need some time to disconnect
Yes.
and be dads and be present
And
it's-
learn new skills.
learn new
talk about
skills.
what's important.
and that is probably the priority is like learning skills that maybe our dads didn't learn, or maybe things that you were a little too shy to learn because maybe you thought that it just wasn't the space,
Mhm.
but you're just feeling a little bit more confident
Mm.
in being a dad.
Wow, wow, wow.
Look at that. Y'all didn't know I could do that. I should start a podcast. But yeah, drop it down in the comments. Let me know if you're a dad. And if you're not a dad and you want an uncle and you want to join,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or what, like if you want a family, like what you would want,
yeah.
like what kind of
Yeah, what
support
do you
you would
wanna
want
see?
during that time and stuff too.
But we're not psychologists, so
No. This
cool
is like
help.
a,
Yeah.
like
and
we
there's only
need
so much I could do for you.
we need
guys.
a break from our house, so
Yeah.
we're gonna go hang out. You
Yes.
know, like
Yeah. But that does bring the question about confidence.
Yeah.
Segueing into
Segueing into
our
the topic,
Topic of today.
I feel like I have a problem sometimes with really valuing myself and my work because I don't want to lack humility.
Mhm. Okay.
And so something I've been thinking about a lot lately is, where does confidence end and a big ego begin? Where does humility hinder you from actually living your full potential and enable you to either self-sabotage or not really go for the things that you either think you don't deserve or you're not there yet because you just lack the ability to be like, no, I'm the shit. And
Yeah.
when does saying that then become off-putting?
Mm.
Like there's a tight rope, I think, that we walk sometimes with so much judgment being around us, where you being full of yourself, which I think everybody should be, you should think you're the shit. And if you don't, that should be your barometer for where you need to work on things. Where does that then become you just being full of yourself and annoying about it, or lacking humility in the confidence you have? And I say all of this because even as an instructor, you go through, I think when you first become an instructor, that like imposter syndrome of who am I to tell these people how to move their bodies, what to do, how to be healthy? Do I even model that 100%? And then once you learn and you grow and you develop your voice, and now it's even hard for me to like say it and be like, I'm a good ass instructor. Like that.
She is though.
And I know that, and I can, it's not even that I just think I'm the shit. I can see it. I can feel it. I know it by the conversations I have, by the way people open up to me, by the way that people gravitate towards me, follow me from studio to studio. Like I have actual markers for why I can confidently say I'm a good instructor. And even being like, yeah, I'm better than most, or I have this that other people don't. When does that just make me like kind of cunty for saying that?
And okay, so as you were like talking right now, it kind of, I don't know, I have this like light bulb moment where we feel, okay, most people that have a big ego speak out, and it's just like, ugh, you know, like they say
Yeah.
things, and it's because of the way they say it, the personality of that person. And a lot of times the things that they're being egotistical about like aren't even like, you're not even that good at it type of, you know, it's like you're being egotistical about something that's not like even good in a sense, or like you don't live up to it. So then I think that like doesn't leave room for the people that are really good at something to be able to no presumir, because again, that's also
Yeah.
not the word, you know, but just to be able to speak out about it without there being that judgment, because the people that are being so loud about it are typically the people that were like, ugh,
Yeah.
you know, like, why are you like, just the way that I think things are presented. That's like it's a really interesting thought, because you do have the platform and you do have the right to be able to say that like, I am a good instructor because of X, Y, and Z, not just because I'm just saying
I
it out of
think
my
I am.
ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know? So yeah, it is really
Because
interesting.
my mom said.
Yeah. Exactly.
My mom said I'm special, so I am.
So it is really interesting to just like kind of put it into perspective, and like, I would never, if you ever came out, like, for example, on social media and said that you were a good instructor, or spoke out about how you felt about yourself as an instructor, I would never take it in an egotistical way, or like you not just being confident, because I know you and I know that you're not an egotistical person, you know? And
So, esa es la clave, I think. When people know you and they know that you're just not being like a shithead and being
Yeah.
full of yourself, that's the difference. And I think I ask this because I had a situation with one of the studios I worked at, and being who I am, I'm very vocal. I'm very opinionated. I am not shy when it
Mhm.
comes to having hard conversations or talking about something that I believe needs to be talked about. And this was a while ago. I talked straight up shit about another studio owner and their studio purely on the fact that I just know that this particular person stepped on a lot of people to get to where she is, which that alone out of principle, I think is wrong.
Mhm.
I called that studio out by name. I called the person out by name, and people at the studio I was working at complained to my boss and were like, I think that she's being really like inappropriate and we don't need that energy here and this and that. I actually took to my social media the next day and was like, hey, I don't regret what I said. However, I can take the ownership in how I said it and being more politically correct and being just more like professional about it.
Mhm.
And that I will take ownership for 100 times over. But my message, which ultimately environments like that become very toxic for the employees, become unsafe for the people coming to class. And that is the fundamental problem. It's not even that I have an issue with like this particular person because she's a good ass instructor.
Mhm.
But what I don't like is the culture that she breeds, which is very common in the fitness industry. And for anybody on my team that did get offended, that has never worked at other places where that's their reality, of course you're offended because you've never experienced it. You
Yeah.
have no idea. But unfortunately, the majority of us have had really horrible experiences. And basically, there's the same people that complained about me also basically decided like not to teach there anymore. And it became this whole thing of like, who the fuck does this bitch think she is?
Interesting. Okay.
And then I had to reflect, acknowledge 100% where I could have done better, but also be like, my classes are waitlisted, so I don't know who the fuck. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, what I'm doing to connect with people is working. Obviously, my authenticity and my ability to speak on what I think is true, correct, to be outspoken, be willing to have hard conversations is working.
Yeah.
You just don't like the method I used. You think that because you take the high road, you take this avenue, that it makes you better than me because I did it in a way that you don't communicate or in a way that you're not willing to speak or not willing to be problematic. That doesn't make your way better. It just makes it different. And so I can respect how other people might perceive that, apologize for it. But ultimately, these people never came and talked to me, even though I opened that door. I apologized, and they still were like, I just don't feel like she took ownership because she said she didn't regret what she said.
Well, why
I
do you
said-
have to regret what you said?
Well, I apologized out of the sheer principle of it made you uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that was me being humble enough to know that, no, my opinion isn't the end all be all. I acknowledge that it might have made someone else uncomfortable or upset. And so I'm okay with like conceding. I'm not that full of myself where I'm like, well, fuck you. You
Yeah.
don't even know. Like, no, I said it politely. I was like, you know what? You're right. I could have not used her name. I could have not said this or that. However, I stand by my opinion, which I think is important for people to know that I defend, because that's how people know that they come to my class and it's a safe space.
Yeah.
Period. So my message, 100% stand by. My delivery, I could use some tact. I'm not always the most politically correct person, and that's fine. I can acknowledge that that's an area for growth for me. But in those people's eyes now, ¿Quién se cree? Who the fuck is this bitch that came in here like a bull in a china shop disrupting our peace? And I'm like, actually, I was promoting how peaceful this is because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that. And so I fight this thing of like, well, these people have been here longer than me and they've also taught longer than me. And so like, did I do something wrong? But in my heart of hearts, I don't feel like the overall thing was bad. I just maybe how I delivered it was bad. And so then that made me think like, almost like, who do I think I am? And that I have a right to say those things. And like, it makes you second guess all the things that you are confident in because you're having to battle this like, is my ego getting too big? And am I like also talking out of my ass? And why did I feel the need to say that? And you're questioning the whole thing. But then I remember that authenticity, that vulnerability, my willingness to speak out like that is literally why people come to my classes.
Well,
and so standing on that business of like knowing who I am and what works for me, and then the like humility to be like, you know what, you're right. That wasn't cool.
yeah.
And that's had me thinking about all of this a lot.
But like with time, aren't you allowed to let your ego get a little
That's the
bigger?
question.
Right?
Like, at
you
what
have
point-
the experience now, like
Yeah.
you've done the work, like you kind of are allowed to let that. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm the wrong person to
I
have
don't know.
this
I
conversation
think
we're too
with.
similar.
Yeah.
I think
What do you
I
think?
think it depends because I think you got to break down like what humility is
Yeah.
and how that can help you and hinder you at the same time. Because I think like sometimes people confuse humility with not knowing what your actual worth is and hiding behind being
and not
humble.
having a backbone or something.
Yeah, and hide behind being humble. But
In my
there's
humble opinion.
but there's one thing. It's one thing being humble and knowing where you stand and standing on business and knowing your worth. And there's another thing being humble, but you just don't know how to speak up for yourself. And now there's also a difference between knowing your self-worth and your ego and confidence, where like I think confidence is more of a like, I know I'm good at this, and ego is I know I'm good at this and you need me.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay, but then I'm going to play devil's advocate to that too, because I've also been in studios where I do know they need me. I can see it in my metrics. I can see that I have single-handedly helped you grow this, that, or the other. And so when does coming up and being like, I know you won't say no to me? Like, is that the part that makes me lacking it? Or is that literally the confidence that I have to be like, I know what I'm offering and I know that you need that. So I'm going to use that to my advantage because I deserve to. So where did that like
But
gets a
then-
little convoluted,
Well,
I
does
think.
it just comes down to the way you present it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's true.
Instead of being like, well,
Like,
my
fuck you, I
know
my
you need me,
metrics
yeah.
speak like I know you need me. Then yeah, I think that tone comes off as egotistical.
And it could
Yeah.
also depend on like who you're talking
Speaking to, yeah.
because
For
that
sure.
person could also have a fragile ego, or
Yeah.
or lack the confidence, or
Mhm.
en ellos ver la humildad, pero
Yeah.
no son humildes. And it's just like, well, this person is coming off as in like, I need you, but like their ego won't let them accept the fact that they need you.
Right. It's more
Yeah.
of a like, fuck this girl. Who does she think she
So
is?
you guys are
Yeah.
both at
You
like
know?
an ego like battle of like, well,
Mhm.
you need me. Well, like, no, bitch, no, I don't.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah.
And I've been in that situation as well where, and then one of those studios closed. So guess who won that ego battle?
And that's the thing, like, yeah, this topic is hard because I see it in like so many different ways, and because I know you, so I'm like close to the source, you
So
know.
you can like defend my honor
Yes,
a little bit.
but I think that like anything else in life, it's always about the way you present the message.
And the way people
And
perceive
the
it.
way
Because
people
even the
perceive it,
way,
yeah.
like, I thought I was doing the right thing apologizing, and they still were like, she's not taking responsibility. I'm like, I didn't have to email you, bitch.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, you know?
Yeah.
And so some people are just dedicated to perceiving you incorrectly.
Yeah.
They are convinced that you are a certain person and you will not talk them off that ledge.
Mhm.
And there's nothing you
And
can do about it.
Everybody also like it needs to be spoken to differently. You know,
Oh,
like everybody
100%.
just perceives things differently.
Yeah.
And maybe the majority of the people perceive the email like, okay, yeah, whatever. She took accountability. And then there's like those 2-3 people that need it like spelt out in a
Mhm.
very specific way. And so then they didn't take the email the way that you thought it would be
Right,
perceived,
for
you know?
sure.
So yeah, I like analyzing people and just the way that they act and perceive things is really interesting to me.
Yeah,
And like
100%.
just
I'm with you.
learning how, like I always tell Mario, like in different life situations, like the way you talk to this person is not the way you're going to talk to that person. Like the way you and I could have a conversation and you can call me out on things will probably not be the way that you can have that conversation with Sylvia. If anything, I think he can be way more direct with you than with me sometimes, because like we're married, and so I
Yeah,
take things
you're
on a
a
different
little
level, you
closer,
know?
yeah.
Yeah. And so I always tell him it's just the way that you have that conversation with each individual. No matter how you actually want to say it, you have to learn how
I'm
they.
really passionate about that psychological
Mhm.
aspect too. And that's, I think, another reason I'm good at what I do. Like, I can read a room. I
Yeah.
know when to playlist something hype versus
Yeah.
to be like, you know what? There's war going on outside. Like, let's not shake ass to Cardi B today.
Yeah,
And
valid.
so I feel like
Will you relate-
It's so
you-
wet. Wet ass pussy.
the world's burning down and we're
You've learned to relate with the masses in a
For
way,
sure.
you know, because you have a full room that like you have to kind of relate to everybody in
Yeah.
that room one way or another, and just being you and like that authenticity that you bring into the room, you've been able to. And I'm sure there's
Yeah.
been people that were like,
oh yeah,
she's not
comes
for
to my
me.
class and leaves and
Yeah,
never comes
you
back.
know?
For sure.
Yeah.
And I think to that, it begs the question, if all of this is just like beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? Some people no me tragan, way. Like
Yeah.
they look at me and they're like, fuck this bitch. Which, shout out to all of you.
Shout out to all my haters.
But if it's all perception, then why don't we all walk around more confidently Why do we let that get to our head? Why are we so concerned about society? Like what? It's such a delicate concept to me of being a part of a society and wanting it to progress and being so aware of the people around you, and then the ability to know what you offer society and stand firm in that and be confident in what you're doing. Because I catch myself too when I see other people in the health, wellness, coaching spaces, and I'm just like, ugh, you're so fucking annoying.
Yeah.
But she's
I think
confident in her own right in ways I'm not willing to be outspoken or comfortable, and that doesn't make mine better either. So I just think it's so interesting. If all of this is a sense of everyone's perception, which you can't control, why don't we hold our heads a little higher? Why don't we, porque no nos atrevemos to do more stuff?
I think it boils down to like envy
Mm.
and like the perception of other people being envious of what we have. It's like break it down to like Latino culture.
Mhm.
Like to us, it was like the podcast starts blowing up and we start getting invited to more events, you know. And it's I've had it happen in like friend groups
Yeah.
where it's like no te creas, like
Yes.
you got invited to this, pero ya no se te suba, güey.
Well, and
You
where
know?
does culture come into that too?
And well,
Yeah.
we've had that conversation
Yeah.
with the culture.
And for those
Yeah.
that don't speak Spanish, it's like we get invited to these events, and it's like people tell you, like, oh, well, don't let it get to your head. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, you think you're cool now? Like you're getting all these cool
Like, yeah,
invites.
bitch, I am.
Yeah,
Eh?
but that
You
didn't
the
get
wrong
invited.
person
Yeah.
to ask
But that-
all these questions too.
but that
How
stops.
do you do it? How do you live the way you do, ma'am?
But that stops a lot of people from being confident.
Yeah.
Or that stops a lot of people from like reaching their full potential or like wanting to show off in social media or whatever it is. Like in this case, social media, because like the fitness space and our content space, it all revolves around social media and how likable you are. But I think that really hinders a lot of people is that like no se te vaya a subir a la cabeza que ya, you know, you're doing cool things now or whatever.
Porque te está yendo bien. O
Yeah.
que...
And that goes for any aspect in life, you know, like job promotion, new car, whatever. We got married, now we're having kids, and or like just different societal milestones that we're hitting that could be looked at as successful, but people are hating because like they're getting left behind.
Yeah, it triggers something in
Yeah.
them that they lack or haven't healed or whatever.
Yeah. And there's another thing like being confident and like I said, like having an ego, whereas like me confident is like, yeah, we deserve these things because we worked hard.
Yeah.
And an ego thing is like, we deserve these things.
What have you done?
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
what if you like innately just get lucky and get something that way? Do you not deserve it? Do you not deserve to be confident? And you know what? I deserve a little bit of luck.
Yeah. I think,
Like if something falls in your lap. Meanwhile, there's someone else that's been busting their ass trying to get the same thing and it just fell into your lap.
Yeah. Well, I think
Where
about
does-
it all the time in this space where it's like there's a lot of content or podcasters that we started around the same time. And I know we're doing cool things, but maybe they haven't had the opportunity yet. Or vice versa.
Vice
Maybe
versa,
they've
they're
had the
doing cool- and you're
opportunity.
like, why do they get to do that?
Yeah, or
we're way
maybe-
more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe they've had the opportunity to like have different guests or
Yeah.
guests that maybe we've wanted or maybe that I've tried to network with and we just no se ha dado. And like, you know, like, I mean, to each their own. Everyone's allowed to reach
Yeah.
certain milestones and certain things. But I think the biggest thing is like, at least with confidence and ego, it's more of it's that like fine line of I know you need me and I'm the shit versus I know I'm the shit, but I'm gonna keep it to myself. Like people know I'm good
Yeah.
at certain things, but I don't boast about it.
Yeah. This is a
Yeah.
really interesting conversation.
Yeah.
Like I wish I had more time to marinate on answers because
Yeah.
like I also don't want to just like
But we
talk
don't
out of my
because we have
ass,
10
you know?
minutes.
I know, I'm just kidding. But it's just like I'm thinking I reread this book like in my book club and it was like the guy in the book is like CEO, he's super young, like had a really shitty upbringing and he's basically like trying to get revenge because his parents got killed, right? And he saw it all happen and so he like knew who it was and so he's built
What
his
book is this?
I know it's crazy. It's
Sounds like Batman.
almost, I guess. He kind of built this company from like the ground up. And
Bruce Wayne?
He's like the CEO,
Wayne Industries?
planning his entire life to get revenge with these people.
Yeah.
And then he like falls in love and then like sways his plans and you know.
Yeah.
But he in the book, like it goes between the guy and the girl describes him as like annoying and egotistical and so like like people like look at him and they're like scared of him as he's like walking down the street because he walks down the street with so much confidence because in his head he's like, I've had nothing and I've literally built, like, I'm in college and I'm a multi-billionaire. Like, what are you gonna tell me?
Yeah.
You know, like, what do you know, or like, what have you done that like I haven't already,
Yeah.
or whatever? And so like people that carry themselves with like that much confidence, I guess in a way along the way have learned to be that confident. Like that
Yeah.
that guy wasn't that confident. I mean, and granted, this is a book, you know, and it's
Well,
fake.
I mean,
So-
well,
but
not
it's very
but it was,
applicable, yeah.
yeah.
Not really. Well, yeah. See, like I've made fun of myself on the podcast. Like when I was like super fresa, like yo me creía bien mamón, and I thought I was the shit. And I did walk around with that type.
With
Not that I
type
don't
of
now, but like
confidence.
I did.
But we would have
walk-
looked at you and been like, fuck that guy.
I don't know. Pal didn't. She has now. She's carrying
Yeah,
two of my
yeah.
kids. So
Yeah, but
I don't know.
according to you, you were already a little humbled.
So
by then.
around that, you know what? I really had a
She
huge.
got you thawing out.
Yeah.
I had a huge ego death at one point in my life, and it's funny because like our friends make fun of me for this because like one day we were out partying and I was like, you know what, and this message actually gets misconstrued all the time because it's not what I meant the way they say it. But anyways, so we were out and they're like, I told them, I was like, you know what, like I really like you guys because you guys don't care about money. It was something along those lines. But to me, it was just like the high school that I went to, the people that I surrounded myself with. It wasn't like the money thing, but it was like the power that came from the money, or like
For
the
sure.
power trip, right?
Yeah.
And to me, it was like I guess I value humbleness more than I did the power, where it was like I felt like I had to be performative when I was around certain people. So I felt like I had to walk around like powerful, and I knew I was the shit, and like
The
you
presence.
can't,
and
yeah,
the
like
confidence.
you can't touch me because I have money, or the people that I'm with have money. Like we were going out in Tijuana with like bodyguards. Like I thought I was the shit.
Invincible.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I thought nothing could stop me. And then I started going out, and I had like this come to Jesus moment where I was like, okay, maybe I'm a little too egotistical,
Mhm.
Wrapped up in this.
and I think I'm being confident, but I'm actually just an
Being a
asshole.
dick.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. And because so you picked that up because of the people you were hanging out with, and you know, and like you learned, quote unquote,
Mhm.
the confidence of that in high school
Yeah.
or in middle school or whatever, and you started to like take it with you. Whereas like when you I don't know how to explain this. Like when you're going through life and slowly building something, it comes at a different time.
Yeah.
You know? And so
Yeah.
yours was fully driven by power,
Mhm.
which is typically when the asshole egotistical people come in is by power and money, right? But
Mhm.
not like you just try to walk around a little confident and people are like, I can't take it.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it's
Yeah.
like
you
even now,
know?
you know, I don't know. I might cut this out because it might start some drama, but
It's a lot to carry yourself with confidence.
Yeah.
And it's
Mhm.
a lot to, in a good way. Like ego always gets misconstrued as bad, but it's not
Yeah.
necessarily bad.
It doesn't
you
have
know?
to
It
be. I
doesn't
think
have to
the
be.
word itself has a negative connotation, but the ego of you should think that you're the shit. And
Yeah.
this is something I think about, I think innately in the back of my mind, because I have my like Reiki energy working friend who does treatments on me. And I remember having a similar conversation where I kept using the word like, is it selfish?
Mhm.
And she was like, Sylvia, I really want you to try to use the word self-full.
Mhm.
You
That's
should
very
be
fun.
full of yourself. You should think that you're the shit. You
Yeah.
should think that you deserve all of the things. That like you work hard, you're a good human, you're constantly thinking about others. You deserve to be full of yourself.
Mhm.
And I was like, fuck.
Well, and so that kind of brings me to what I was thinking, like, again, all of our episodes are gonna some way or another go back to the girls because this is just what's
yeah,
like
it's
taking
who we are
over
now.
my
It's-
life
this
right
is
now.
our life
This is our
path.
new
Yeah.
personality. Get
But
on
like I
board.
think about
We're
like
all parents.
I want to raise my daughters to believe that they're
Yes.
strong and confident and they deserve the world and they should believe that like 100%. And I know life is going to do its thing and you know like try to tear them down throughout their
Throughout their life,
lives and stuff.
Yeah.
But like I from the household like want to make sure that they
You're the
feel
shit.
like they're
You are
the fucking
loved.
shit,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, there's this
Especially as women.
There's this
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
cute clip. I think it's a little girl, and I think it's her mom. It might be wrong, and it might be her dad. where they're like they're doing her hair
Oh,
and she's
I
like
am
reciting,
strong.
I'm
I am
confident, I
confident.
am
Yeah.
strong.
I've seen
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
But I forgot where I was gonna go with all this, but
But it,
but the confidence thing, like walking around like like you're the
Mhm.
shit
You're it,
is
yeah.
one thing. Cause like when it comes down to like Bao and I in our personal goals and in our life and the podcast in itself, like we've worked our asses off to be at the point where
Mhm.
we are, to
Mhm.
be able to be getting invited to all these things, to all
it's a
these
lot of
nice events.
sacrifices.
Yeah, I've sacrificed time with my family, like time with my friends, like personal time, like hours of editing. It's like things that people don't see. So when I walk around with my head high because we get to do cool things, it's because we actually
I
fucking
busted my
deserve
ass
it.
to get
Yeah.
this thing. Yeah.
So when it comes, so like, and then going back to the perception of other people looking at you and being like, "Ah, ahora ya se creen," or "I'm
Mhm.
tired of them," oh, they're posting another thing. It's like, bro, like,
Y
of
sí,
course
y
we
qué?
are.
yeah,
Like we've worked towards this, you
Mhm.
know, and it's like
Yeah.
people sit there and like, oh, I want to do that, I want to go there. Well, then go, then do it
yeah.
because there are people proving that you can do it,
Yeah.
that you can get invited to events, that you can go to things on the company's dime and not on your own, you know, and like there, and it doesn't even matter. Like to me, it's I will always say this, like I don't. I will pay for my own shit. I don't
Mhm.
need anybody paying for my things.
Yeah.
And I really will always say that. But it is nice when you start to get the recognition and people are like,
And you get to delight
hey,
in the fruit of your labor.
yes, like you do have that influence on social media. Let me invite you to this event that we're doing because I want your influence
Yeah.
out there
yeah.
on my like during my event. Like that is cool because you do work towards those things. So you should be allowed to walk around a little more confident and talk about your experiences with the confidence and people not take it
Mhm.
as in a negative
"Ay, qué
way, you
mamones."
know? And I don't know if we've talked about the whole culture thing and if it's just
Mhm.
because of the generational, like the way
Yeah.
we were
We were
raised and
raised.
the way our parents were raised and stuff. And I do hope that we're going towards a future where people can walk around a little more confident and
Yeah.
can speak their minds with confidence and not have to be scared.
Also
as to what-
intelligent.
Yeah.
If you're
yeah,
gonna
yes,
come
yes,
to
yes.
the, back it up. Okay.
Yeah, not just
Let's just throw that
egotistically.
Yeah,
you know, but
intellectually.
intellectually, yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It is a really interesting, like,
Yeah, it's an interesting
just
take.
take in
To like,
general.
yeah, because
Mhm.
Yeah.
like we said in the beginning, it's a like fine line when you're teetering between humble and confident
And being a prick.
and being a fucking dick. But I think it also it's a maturity thing, like an emotional maturity thing for you to be able to be like, hey, I'm being a little bit of an asshole.
Yes,
I agree with that. And I
Yes.
agree with that even in the opposite sense. So, one of the things that I really try to challenge myself to do is anytime I decide immediately that I don't like someone, something, I still push myself to give it a chance.
Mhm.
If it's something where it's like my gut is telling me this is unsafe, that's a whole different
Right.
story. But an example, there's two people I can think of in the industry, and both of them I perceive, I could technically describe this one way I see them. And on one person, it immediately annoyed me. And then the other person, I was like, wow, I want to be more like her. And like one of them was my friend. I've actually told her this, my friend Angela. When I first met her, she was so confident. She talks about astrology and she like was public speaking and this and that. And there was something about her that I was just like, she's not for me. And now we're doing events together
Mhm.
where because I actually saw her and how confident she is and how she talks about something that I wish I was more
Yeah.
like
Well, that-
confident talking about freely and by like just knowledge versus looking it up on a little chart.
Yeah.
And
Well,
And
that's what
I-
Mario
What do you
was
mean,
saying
co-star?
earlier.
and it was the envy,
Yeah.
but
Mhm.
I had to challenge myself to recognize that in myself and say, no, it's not that her ego is annoying or intimidating. She's got something you don't have, or there's something about her that's triggering you that you feel envious towards or whatever. And so you have to fix that in yourself. There's actually nothing wrong with her.
Yeah.
There's actually so much about her I love now that we're friends. But I told her that I was like, when I first met you, I didn't like you. Like I genuinely like was like, ugh, no.
Mhm.
Like, what is
Yeah.
she doing? But then when I got to know her, I'm just like, actually, she's really cool. And there's a lot of things about her I genuinely enjoy. And if anything, I wish I was more like. Then I look at someone like Ash from Edge.
Mm.
Similar, like very in your face energy. And when Ash and I met each other, I feel like we just have this mutual respect where it's just like, okay, go off. Like, that's
Yeah.
how you do things and cool. And I'm like, yeah, get it, girl.
Mm-hmm.
But I perceived them the same. And for some reason, one of them triggered me more than
Right.
the other. And I think it's important for ourselves to check ourselves when that happens so that you're not like, is this person really being a prick or do they deserve to like walk around with that confidence?
Yeah.
And then like also, who am I to say that you do or don't deserve that at all?
And that is why you just sometimes click with someone and don't click with the other person. Like
Yeah.
everybody's personalities are different and there are people that are meant to be in your life and people that aren't,
Right.
and for many reasons. But I do, because I know both of those people, like I do understand where you're coming from. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah.
It's just interesting.
It's
For
really
thought,
interesting.
I think it's a way for us to all check how we navigate the world, perceive the people around us. Maybe also a friendly reminder to be more gentle. There's so
Yeah.
much to a person you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And like even the people watching us now that maybe haven't seen the old episodes or
Yeah.
don't know how we got here or haven't been along for the ride or doom scrolled our Instagrams to
Yeah.
like see it all. Like you have no idea the hell and high water I had to go through to get to who I am today. And so if I do walk around a little bit taller, it's because me cuesta. Like I even have to remind myself that I'm allowed to do that, that I
Yeah.
deserve to do that. And it sucks when you just feel that outside pressure from society making that feeling harder to combat.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's why they always say first impression matters. I hate that. Like I've always hated that.
yeah.
Because yes, first impression does matter, but why do you only get one impression of me? Like I am
Yeah.
so many different people.
I think that's so funny because like I feel like so many.
You only know one of my
You
10
only-
personalities.
Yeah. You only know 1%
Like,
of
that's
me
a
right
mental
now.
illness, Sylvia.
That wasn't me. That was
a lot
Patricia.
a lot of good friendships start from. Bro,
I didn't like you.
When I met you, I thought you were a dick.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
I have
It's
so
so
many
true.
of those friendships.
Like
yeah.
our good friend Diego and Gabe.
Dude,
Shout out
they
to them.
both hated you. Not hated
well,
you. I'm
we
not,
all
hate
hated
is
each
a
other.
strong word.
Yeah.
But like my
Yeah.
two best guy friends like did not care for Mario at all at the beginning,
Now they're
you
all
know?
friends with them.
And now they fucking
Chummy
love
as
each
fuck.
other.
Yeah.
Like I
Hey.
think, yeah, I'm like
Forget
he
your
talks
loyalty.
to Diego
Yeah.
more than he talks to me. But it's just funny because it is a lot. I have a lot of friendships like that too, where it's like, ay, güey, al principio no me caías bien, and now we're like
Yeah.
best friends, you know? It's just weird. Like, the
But
way.
that's also such a good reminder of that
Yeah.
ability to self-reflect and be like, actually, you're
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. I don't know why this conversation reminded me that this morning Mario asked ChatGPT that if we were Pokemons, who would we be?
Should I
And
bust
it
that
only
out?
reminded me because
Wait.
mine at the end said something that I was like, wait, that is really real. And he'll read it like verbatim, but it was like something along the lines of like, Paulina is this Pokemon, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And if like she needs to claim space before someone else, because once someone else claims the space, she won't speak over them. And it's true.
Oh,
like,
damn.
I'm very quick to like, I need to answer this now. I need to answer it before anybody else because I want to get my point across first. Because once people start to get their points
You're less
across,
likely to
I'm
chime
less
in.
likely to chime in. Because then sometimes it's like,
Wow, I'm the opposite of that.
I don't care to give my
the more
opinion
people talking
anymore.
about, wait, what about me?
Yeah.
Why didn't no one ask
No.
me? I have a lot to say about this.
So I just thought it was
Wow, I could
funny.
learn from you.
It just, yeah, I mean, so I don't know if you're gonna read them, but
Yeah,
it
I
was
was gonna
just
read
funny
them.
that he did that this morning, and it kind of like ended up tying into this conversation. It was like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Like, I am very confident when I'm kind of like the first one to give my opinion, or just the first one to kind of like speak on the topic or whatever.
Yeah.
But then once people start coming in, I'm kind of like it's not that my confidence goes down, but it's more like I care to even give my opinion anymore? Like
Yeah.
you've already expressed yours, and yours is it's not mine, or whatever it is, you
Yeah.
know, that I'm like, whatever, like we'll move on.
Interesting. Okay, what Pokemon?
Kind of
were you?
weird
Yeah.
that the ChatGPT Pokemon did
Pick that
relate
up.
to me.
Well, also ChatGPT has all of our like podcasts, so I think it,
so
like,
it like knows
it
the
analyzes all of
personalities.
us. Yeah,
Kind of weird.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
it give me a Pokemon?
yeah,
It did.
all three of us.
We don't know who any of the
No,
Pokemons
these,
are though.
These Pokemons aren't like. Well, at least I mean I'm not a huge Pokemon person, but like it's-
Derek and Mariana chime in.
Yeah.
they're having their Pokemon moment. So
It's all right.
Look at
So
Oli.
I
She's
know.
resting
She's been
her
she's been real needy for you.
Mario, I'm Incineroar.
Okay.
I'll pop it up, but like Loki, that's what I feel like sometimes.
Okay. Are you gonna read it?
Yeah. Loud presence naturally takes control of a room. interior first, but still competitive underneath. Entertainer first. I was like interior. Entertainer first, but still competitive underneath. Thrives when there's an audience. Has that I'm gonna make it fun even if it's chaos vibe.
Which is
Spot on.
yeah.
Okay.
Interior is literally built like a showman. It's not the strongest Pokemon, but it knows how to command attention and makes moments memorable. Weakness, sometimes more focused on the moment
God.
than the structure. That's why some episodes feel like they don't have a viral spine.
Wow.
Bow. Gardevoir. But look how like fucking zen this thing is, dude. Like
Are these made up or are these real?
I think
don't
these are
remember
real. I
that
haven't
one.
checked.
Are they new?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I wasn't like a
Pokemon's
super
up right now.
Pokemon nerd, but I liked it.
I mean,
when I
dude,
was
the
younger.
decks are like fucking this thick. So I mean, I think so. I don't know, but
Okay. What's the ethereal queen?
Bow, calm, composed, but low-key powerful takes. Brings emotional
real.
intelligence to the pod. Can go deep when everyone else is joking. Has that people trust what she says energy. Gardevoir
I'm
isn't
scared.
loud.
Oh God.
Gardevoir isn't loud. It's respected when it speaks or acts. Weakness.
Jesus.
If she doesn't jump in early, she can get talked over by louder personalities. She's strongest when she claims space, not wait for it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And like that's considered a weakness, right?
I'm
But,
really
like,
scared.
Yeah.
For mine.
Yours is fucking hilarious. 'Cause
No,
when I saw
come
this, I
on.
was like, low key, this kind of looks like Sylvia.
No.
This kinda
I'm
looks
like
scared. I'm
Sylvia.
scared.
Low punny. But look at it. It's all fierce and shit.
Aw.
Sylvia, quick, witty, playful. Brings balance and bounce to conversation. Can switch from joking to real intensity. Has that keeps things moving role. Low punny is underrated. People think it's just playful, but it's actually fast, sharp, and disruptive when needed. Weakness. Sometimes plays support instead of taking on the spotlight when she
Whoa.
could carry a segment. This is
I
that.
feel like this is how we end this episode. There's nothing else to say. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Did
I don't
you
know-
look that up before I sent that topic too?
Yeah.
Yeah,
This was
Wow.
like first thing
Yeah.
in the morning. We were still in bed.
we were doom
Like
scrolling.
doom scrolling.
Oh,
and then
shit.
like randomly, I was like, if we were Pokemon, what kind of Pokemon?
This
would
motherfucker. I
we
love
be?
your brain sometimes.
Yeah.
We should donate it to
He's just like
science when you're
laughing
dead.
to himself, and I'm like, "What's funny?" And he's like, "Hold on,
I wanna laugh.
Yeah, and then he finally was like, "I asked ChatGPT about like if we were Pokemon."
That's
and he started
crazy
to read them.
spot on.
Yeah, it was
For all
wild.
three of us.
Yeah, it was weird.
But
Wow.
So
but yeah, all that to say though, I mean, confidence is key. I mean, don't compare yourself to people just because somebody else has it. Doesn't
You are
mean
your
it's not
own
your turn.
Pokemon.
Yeah. And you have to choose you. Damn, that was hard. Huh?
All right.
Bars.
Bars. Nice.
Hell yeah. And then sometimes you do need that ego
Yeah.
death, but I think that comes
Yeah.
with mental and emotional maturity, not mental.
And
yeah.
fortitude. You
Yeah.
gotta be able to withstand those
Yeah.
like kicks to the nuts to
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
ego.
To know
Because
that
they're
it's-
important.
Yeah, to know that it's you and it's not them, and vice versa too. Like if you're judging somebody out of just plain nothingness,
For
like,
why?
Like why? Like what is it in you that makes you want to say something or feel the way that you're feeling? And it
Rather
might-
than judge them,
yeah,
reflect on you
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
why. That's your perception of that person.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we think we good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chime in, guys. I don't know. Drop something
Mike,
down in the
drop-
comments.
Yeah.
Your Pokemon.
What Pokemon
Ask
are you?
ChatGPT
Yay!
what Pokemon
We
you
want to
are
know what Pokemon you are.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That would be cute. If we just have all these Pokemons.
and why you're that Pokemon.
Yeah.
Little self-reflection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, we're out of here. We're fucking hungry. We're gonna go get Chinese food. Yeah! Y como siempre, live your best life, fight your fears. At the end of the day, the only thing that you regret are the things that you did not do. So here, come on, guys, out of here. Let me bye.
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 Vive con huevos. 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 No sé si lo saben, pero